y'all know you got them taxes back. Shout out to you, hun. Appreciate you, everyone. Please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you are new.
Why should it be the responsibility of somebody that didn't create that situation instead of holding the person accountable that did, like we do to men every day since we live in a society where we've advocated for feminism and equality, especially equality with regard to decision and what you can choose to do as far as for a living.
Interesting when that equality shit goes out the window, right?
Why should guys have to bear that brunt instead of be holding accountable the ones that's actually making the decisions to get pregnant?
Now I hear what you're saying. I mean, I think that if you want my take on feminism, I'm not really into any of what has happened in our community for the last 50 years, right? So you are correct in that the choices are being made in the wrong way. I think that where I want to kind of add to that and try to understand this better is why is it that we would say, for example, look at a child as somebody else's mess to clean up? I married a woman that had 3 kids, as a lot of people seem to know.
Congratulations.
And it wasn't because the father was a piece of shit. It's because they got a divorce for whatever reason. I work with the father to raise the kids. I love the kids. I consider children to be an asset. I love, I could have married, you and I both are guys who have a little bit of money. You know how it is. You got a little bit of money. You could pick the litter. I could have got a woman 25 years younger than me and had a newborn baby. I just didn't want to have a newborn baby. I like mentoring kids. These kids have helped me make millions of dollars because they helped me run my business. This is fun for me. So why is it that we would go out and tell men, don't be no step baby daddy. Don't be no. I think I used crash dummy or something like that. I honor those men. Let's seriously, I really have admiration for the men who say, you know what, I didn't make this mess, but it's my community. I'm gonna clean up. If I see a piece of trash in my neighborhood, I'm not gonna be like, well, that's not.
Chief Akachi, I'm gonna time you out. I am not gonna highlight that comment, but I see you. You ain't ish, okay? You are not ish. Stop this, yo. I cannot.
My trash. Somebody got to go pick this up. I'm not picking it up. It's not my responsibility. No, I think it's all of our responsibility, right? Because you are right. What you said earlier, I agree with that 100%. That the studies show that women are attracted to the top 10% of men. And you got some of those men, that top 10% that fuck everything, impregnate everything, passing all the disease, all that, right? So that's got to be dealt with. But I don't necessarily always look at it all as just like, okay, all these women were just stupid. Sometimes they literally fall in love with the guy and they really think it's going to work out. And maybe their daddy nobody taught them how to discern between the two. I just think that attacking is not the best approach. I think that we can build without having a scapegoat. I feel like the single black mother is what's the scapegoat. It started with the Kevin Samuels thing when he realized how many views he was going to get. Remember, Kevin Samuels did content for years. Nobody.
All right. Before he gets into that, why does it have to be attacking? Why has it got to be attacking? Why can't it just be like, it's attacking because it's the truth and they don't want to hear it? And clearly neither does Boyce, okay? So the statistics are true, which Anton just referenced. Boyce, you a numbers man. You don't know what the stats are? 80% single, poor baby moms in the community. We at the top of the eviction list, at the top of the student debt loan. I'm sure that's all white supremacy, discrimination, and racism, though. I can't even think of the rest because we haven't talked about stats in a while, but black women, black people, period, at the bottom of lists we don't need to be at the bottom of, at the top of the list that we're not at the top of the list we should be at. And black women is leading in them. They can talk about all this opening up a business bullshit all they want to. Okay, that's just fucking talk, all right? What does it say when it comes to actual money? Where's that stat at? Just because you say it, don't make it true. And if you're not a single mother and it doesn't bother you, then why everybody so mad? So obviously it must have an effect, just like that daggone short that Anton made. And that's why you had to come and bust up this live stream, because you felt some kind of way about it. Because honestly, if you was all into whatever, you wouldn't need to do this. You would have just made a daggone video and kept it going, or you would have just ignored it because what he said was not even that serious. It was not even that serious at all. And it's not my issue, obviously, but if I had a son, I would tell him not to deal with a single mother anyway. Who want to take on anybody else's bullshit, especially given all these damn gremlins that you see out here? Because these are the people, every single time we watch a video, who coming to the podium? Who? Mama, auntie, granny. Mama, auntie, granny. Your mama, your auntie, your granny. No one else. No daddy, no father, no stepdaddy, nothing. Not a damn man in sight. Shout out to Wash, Rinse, Repeat. But that doesn't matter. Y'all, just go ahead. Gentlemen, SYCBM, SYCBM. Shout out to Live from New York with the 10. I see you. I appreciate you. He said, so Boyce is saying he was the first Russell. Oh.
Couple of balls soon. We gonna hook you up. We gonna make sure you get that vaccine fund. Yeah. You got a couple of kids. You don't have no job. Yeah. Don't worry about it, little girl. That's my job. Yeah. Come by your Texas.
Stop this. I'm not reading that. Thank you, though. Thank you. Yes, mama, auntie, granny, child, every single time. Ermonte, who was up there? Mama, not my baby. Granny, not my baby. Next scene, second son in jail. Child, I tell you, shout out to your excellent sir with another 5. Appreciate you, hon. Oh, come on, Anton.
Paid attention. It wasn't until he told that poor lady that she's going to die alone. Well, she probably already knew that shit anyway. That was when he started doubling down on that. And I'm like, why you got to go tell people they're going to die alone? If they know they're going to die alone, they're going to die alone. Let them deal with that. It's not our job to be like, well, because you are a 35-year-old black woman and you whatever, you're going to die alone. Why would we even want to be known for that kind of thing?
Why would we want to be known for that kind of thing? You're going to die alone. See, this is part of the problem, too. He can say stuff no one else can. He can call anti-names. No one else can say anything about women. He can sit here and call all these negative names to all black men that he's been saying over 3 videos. But Kevin Samuels, who ain't even here to defend himself any longer, and you're still bringing him up, okay, was the problem. The community does not like to discuss their issues, and that's why nothing ever gets resolved, and that's why it continues to be at the bottom, and that's why the community will be worth by 0 by 2050 damn 3, because don't nobody want to acknowledge, don't nobody want to change, and don't nobody want to do nothing differently. Women think they can just tell everybody what to do. It's not even just black men, and we know that they want to do that. It's everybody. That's why there's so much chaos out here in the street. We just watched a video yesterday, real or not, child. The video where the woman was saying, why are you disciplining the damn child? Why are you disciplining my son? You don't tell my son what to do. He don't even like going over there. A son husband in the damn making. And a man can't even discipline his own damn son. Ain't even like he broke his back or something crazy like that. You getting punished. You can't have this. You can't have that until you do this or do that. You can't even work with the damn man that you had the damn kids with because you mad for whatever reason. That is the typical thing. That's what it typically is. We can't even talk to each other. You can't even talk with the person that you probably done did Lord knows what to in order to do what's best for your kids. Because at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. Because those kids grow up to be adults and it looks like most of them are going to jail. And then y'all want to blame, not y'all, but then y'all want to blame it on white supremacy. No, it's lazy parenting. You're not parenting your damn kids because you're too busy trying to be an OF person, not a model, an OF person, and be a whore in the street and then get pregnant again. Child, goodbye. Anyway, shout out to everybody who's still here, child.
She called in.
Exactly.
What do you mean? She asked for the advice.
Just like 7 babies woman with the blonde damn hair. But I guess that's just weird, right? To say that these people are going to ask for the people on the internet to tell them something about their damn selves, which at the end of the day, it's not like they don't already know, but then you hear somebody say it and not the way that you wanted to hear it. Now you mad. Because you ain't here. You didn't have somebody say, oh my God, you poor baby. This is what I think. Fuck that. You are an adult. You've had a damn kid. You done been slapped around with your OPP however many ways. Grow the F up.
She asked him for his insight. See, the part where you're wrong is that we don't acknowledge the fact that Kev had held men accountable for years. And he was much harder on men than he was on women. But see, we only want to acknowledge the part where people start getting offended because he started holding women accountable. See, your word choice is strategic, and I understand what you do, Boyce. You use attack instead of saying being held accountable. See, we don't use the word attack when we talk to men. We just say, man up, take care of business, take ownership and responsibility for what you did, and then keep going. But we don't use that word when we apply it to women that ask for the advice of Kevin Samuels. He didn't attack anybody. He told the truth.
Right.
And so it's a difference between being a truth teller and somebody that's doing it for views, because he was compensated according to what it was, which I think that he should have been compensated and he should have been much more successful earlier. But because he was compensated and he was successful as a result of it, that's what then brings out the jealousy. That's what then brings out the haters. That's what then brings out the problem, because he wasn't a problem when he was given the exact same advice, even worse to men. But let's flip over for a second. I don't think these guys are heroes of the community. I think that these guys are enabling bad behavior, because if a woman, and they say it regularly, can go out and do what she want to do, these college campuses are nothing but indoctrination camps. They are.
I agree with that, but I've said the same thing. Go ahead.
And they literally not only are indoctrination camps, but they're also a gateway into bad behavior for a lifetime of pain, meaning that they go out there, they slut it out, they get pregnant, they do what they want to do, and they even have a phase for it. They say, this is my whole phase. So instead of us,
I guess you never heard about this. My whole phase, boys. So in my 20s, I'm gonna have my fun. I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna travel, and I'm gonna be with this one, that one, the third. Oops, pregnant. Oops, pregnant again. Now you 33 on Kendra G or on her app now, child.
Hold women accountable and said, hey, you shouldn't have a whole phase, but you should get married, because we already understand what the statistics are. You're less likely to go to jail. You're more likely to graduate college. You're less likely to need therapy. You're less likely to have problems. You're less likely to join gangs if you are raised in a two-parent household. Instead of us going back to the core of it and saying, hey, listen, I'm not going to enable your bad behavior by rewarding you with a good man that then should have been with his own family. Instead, I'm going to hold you accountable, and maybe you should choose better. As a matter of fact, you should probably go back and get with the person that you had children with in the first place, because if he was good enough to open your legs for it, because kids still need their father. You just said out of your own mouth that you worked closely with the father of the children from the mother that she originally had kids with. So why don't we have conversations with men or with women and say, hey, and how come you won't go back with the person that actually had the children with? Because that's probably what's best for them in most situations. But I believe that you advocate for it because that's the life that you live. You chose it. And so how can you go against?
That's exactly right, Anton. We exactly on the same page. He feeling some kind of way about this single mother thing because that's what he chose to do. Good for you. So live with it. Why is this so triggering? Child, this is triggering for him, child. Shout out to your excellent sir. He had to go. Appreciate you. Thank you for all of your support, hon. Always, 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 always. Have a good evening. Everyone, please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you are new.
It's the very thing that you live, and then tell guys to do anything different when that's the thing that you're doing, because you would sound like a hypocrite. And I think that you also understand who your core audience is. I think that the majority of the people that support you, Boyce, are women, Black women. And they want to hear the narrative. They want to be sold. They want to be told a certain thing similar to how it is when we go to church. And so they support you because you don't go against them. And it's a strong possibility, the majority of them, based off of the statistics, that they are single mothers. And so I don't speak to the majority of people that want to hear what they want to hear. The only thing I care about is the truth. I let the chips fall where they may. And I'm not controlled by anybody. I don't care about the demographics. My audience or the people that resonate with me, they gonna find me. I don't pander to nobody. The only thing I do is I tell the truth. There's nothing that I say. There's nothing that you can reference that I say that is actually bad for the community, including how I live my life. Specifically, you reference my family. I'll give you a little bit of context. I was raised in a two-parent household. All four.
Exactly. Boys just want him to be raised by a single mother real quick, right? A piece of this, a piece of that, and all the way daggone wrong. Come on, Anton.
You also understand who your core audience is. I think that the majority of the people that support you, Boyce, are women, Black women. And they want to hear the narrative. They want to be sold. They want to be told a certain thing similar to how it is when we go to church. And so they support you because you don't go against them. And it's a strong possibility, the majority of them, based off of the statistics, that they are single mothers.
Yep.
And so I don't speak to the majority of people that want to hear what they want to hear. The only thing I care about is the truth. I let the chips fall where they may. And I'm not controlled by anybody. I don't care about the demographics. My audience or the people that resonate with me, they gonna find me. I don't pander to nobody. The only thing I do is I tell the truth. There's nothing that I say. There's nothing that you can reference that I say that is actually bad for the community, including how I live my life. Specifically, you reference my family. I'll give you a little bit of context. I was raised in a two-parent household, all four boys, me and my three brothers. My father was in our life until I was in my late 30s. That's when my father passed away. Then my mother became a widow when all of her children was out the house past 30 years old. And then eventually another guy, because she was working for me in one of my restaurants, came in, asked me, could he speak to my mother? And then eventually they wound up getting married after her children were already grown.
First of all, shout out to your mama, okay? Second of all, shout out to Anton, okay? But some of these things in the questions that people in the comments, I don't know if y'all can see it. This one keeps saying, "Doctor, why are you talking to someone that doesn't want us to get reparations?" These are your pros, y'all. Waiting for D white man to give you something, which the odds are you're never going to see it. But keep hope alive, child. Keep hope alive. So that's the other thing. Just because you think this and I think that, then we can never talk. We can never know each other. Why would you want to talk to him? That's what happens also with like this election. If black people like Trump, how much pushback do you get from other black people? Because that means that Trump is racist. That means you're racist. You don't like your people, blah, 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 blah. Okay. You like Joe Biden, like Joe Biden or not. Okay. Then it's always got to be talked about we can't come together to talk about shit. That's why the shit ain't working out. And then the pro-blacks at the end of the day, who talking about the same people they supposedly pro for, are the worst ones at the end of the day, in my opinion. We didn't heard this man talk negatively about men for 3 freaking videos, but he's a pro damn black. Child, please. Shout out to Derwin the Destroyer. Thank you, honey. He said, "Boy's trying to unplug Cat Williams' internet right now, child." Shoot, he disparaged Club Shay Shay and even Cat Williams on another video. Like, what the hell?
So she was widowed, and then she wound up getting remarried when her children was grown. All 9 of my uncles on my mother's side married, never divorced. None of my brothers have never been divorced. I've been married for over almost 20 years, since I was 22 years old, with the woman that I chose, the woman that I grew up with in high school. I met her in high school. She's in the other room right now. I have a daughter, right? My other uncle that's not deceased on my father's side, he's still married to the same woman. I don't come from broken households. I don't come from broken families. I chose the woman that I have. I have no scandals. I have no problems. I have no issues in my life. So when I speak, what happens is the reason why I live my life like an open book is because I want men to not only see an example of a person that's advocating for the thing that he lived for, but I'm a reflection of what I would want my daughter to marry. And so it's hard for women to then come after me and say, well, he's hurt or he's coming from a broken family, because I don't. And I think that it's guys like me that need to advocate for guys that's on the other side, because I don't have to go through it and they don't either. And I want to be a reflection of what I want those guys to be. But I believe that you advocate for it because you understand your audience. I don't think that you even really believe it. There's nowhere in the world that you can tell me, Boyce, that you would tell your daughter or your son to go and get with a ready-made family. I don't believe you would do it.
So
I believe he would. If he has sons, his own sons, not the stepchildren, but his own sons, he would be like, oh yeah, he should send her to go marry the blonde-haired woman with 7 kids then. That's what I say. Since he's such an advocate, and anybody else that thinks that that's the best place for a successful man, I don't care what his race is at this point, to go and find a woman with 7 damn kids, blonde hair, talking about giving a gas face to the person she had 7 kids for.
Well, let me jump in on that. My audience is actually pretty mixed. It's about 60-40 women to men, though. So you are right about that. But there's a lot of men that follow me, and it's not. And the pandering part, I think that's debatable because when I go to your channel and I look at who's in there making comments, it's mostly men, right? And what I would almost say to you, brother, is just in terms of a thought, is I think there's a reason why men resonate with your message more than women, because I don't really hear the kind of intelligent, constructive advice that I think you're capable of.
So in other words, he just called him unintelligent.
When I see your commentary, I see a lot of stuff that could come off as woman bashing, right?
Like
the little video that I shared on my Instagram about Umar hit it, so hit it. Then you do that little thing, but Boyce didn't hit it. We know we ain't worried about Boyce. You're right, and you're right. Boyce ain't gonna hit it because Boyce was not out there.
Boyce, right. You know the difference between joking and then also putting the medicine inside of the candy. What part of that clip that you played was actually toxic or woman bashing?
I think the part that was toxic was this idea that that we are judging a woman's past much more harshly than we would judge a man's past. You said sit in the presence of kings. Mm-hmm. I think it's debatable about what makes a man a king. I know a lot of men who ain't got king-like qualities, who ain't kings for shit,
Wait,
who are
what's the toxic
walking
part?
around claiming. Seriously though,
What's the toxic part? What's the toxic part?
like when you hear guys talk about, well, women's standards are too high and they want this, I'm like, well, maybe you just didn't make the fucking cut.
No,
Like
Boyce.
seriously, like a lot of guys don't make the cut and then run around
In the clip,
bitching and pissed off because the woman didn't want him. She had better options than you.
If there's so many better options, then what's all this talk on the internet all day and half the damn night? Specifically TikTok, all day, specifically these panels, y'all. You know I don't watch no damn panels, but if I happen to pull through real quick to see what's what, it's the same conversation. A bunch of women up there cackling and screaming about how ninjas ain't ish. Hell, that video he played in the other damn thing. All this trauma because of your mama. You think we gonna take care of you? All this trauma because of your mama, and you think we gonna take care of you? Child, goodbye. So now you ninjas don't make the cut either, okay? Y'all ain't shit or shinola, so why is it though? Help me understand, somebody. If you crusty, rusty, dusty, musty, ashy, dumb, dirty, bum Jermaines, why are they so concerned with what you doing, where you doing it, and who you doing it with? Following, talking, because if it's not an issue and you not dealing with these people, why so many videos about what y'all doing? What am I missing?
What in the clip did you play that I say that was woman bashing or toxic?
Okay, let's play the clip. How about we play the clip?
Oh,
Is that cool? All right, let's put the clip up and we can. I'm gonna play the clip, man, because the thing about it was the tone. If you want to understand like the other point of view on what
it's the tone, y'all. You got to use the right tone now. You got to make sure you talk like this because you talking about my baby. Don't you talk about my baby. It's the tone now, y'all, child.
you said. Go to my page. Since you said more women might follow me, whatever, than you. Take a look at what some of the ladies said, and I think that women should be heard. Right? It doesn't mean you got to agree. The question is, are you hearing women, or are you just telling women what you think, and that we somehow, because we're men, our opinion is the only opinion that matters? That's the part that's the problem. That was the issue I had with. I like Kevin Samuels. Kevin did a video about me. I felt bad because he was very supportive. Bro, he was very supportive of me in the video. But Kevin died alone. Kevin Samuels, the same shit he said about that woman. You're going to die alone. You're going to die alone.
You went in on him the minute that he passed away. You started talking junk about him the minute that he passed away.
Uh-oh.
You know what? I had to be honest. Just like you said, you don't.
He had to be honest when Kevin Samuels died, y'all. That's what this man just said. Why? He had to be honest when Kevin Samuels died. So you wasn't being honest beforehand. You wasn't saying what needed to be said beforehand, according to you. But as soon as he died, you had to make sure that you had to be honest.
Pander. I don't pander.
Well, how can you sit here and say that you rock with me?
I lost a lot of black male friends because of that position, but I'm okay with that.
I'm with having smoke for people when they can defend themselves. But how can you speak ill upon a man after he passed away? That's just low. That's low brow, boys. You know it. You cannot start speaking all of a sudden start talking on a person after they passed away. Hold on, because I know him. I spoke at his funeral, right? I know his mother. I know his daughter. That was low brow. To hear you as a voice of the black community talk negatively about a person after they passed away, that was.
Anton just gave him the respect of saying that he's the voice of the black community. So you got Boyce Watkins, who don't seem like he cares for half of the damn black population. And then you got daggone Charlemagne as your leader now. Then you got Ben Crump. Then you got all the rest of these pros. Child, good luck to the community, child.
There was nothing I said about Kevin after his death that I did not say when he was alive. And Kevin knew it because Kevin was talking about life on his platform.
After they passed away.
My position is unconditional honesty. I don't give a fuck if you're alive or you're dead. My opinion is not going to shift. No. Let's be clear. I did not dislike Kevin. I specifically gave him compliments. I talked about the good things he
No.
did.
I did not get compliments
Man,
from that.
Man up. Just man up and say that you didn't care for the man. You didn't like what he said because he's talking about your favorite section of the earth. Single mothers, single baby moms. Just say that's what it is. Because you got to make sure that you satisfy your audience. But then gonna sit up here and talk about people who be on YouTube. This is the same old, whatever I want. It's my truth. It's my story. It's how I feel. It's what I gotta say. I gotta get it out. I got all that bullshit. This is the head of not the head of, but this is somebody supposed to be leading a community, putting down everybody, half of the daggone people in the daggone community. Lord. That's why I ain't got time for you coloreds, child. I ain't got time. I'm not a pro-black child. I'm pro-common damn sense. You ain't got none, then I can't deal with it.
We gotta defend our women, man. If you got a platform where you're making women feel bad, acting like women are the only ones who can dialogue.
You're trying to move the goalposts. You're moving the goalposts.
No, we're not moving the goalposts.
Once a person passes away, first of all, it was fresh off of his death, and his mother is grieving, and his daughter is grieving. His friends is grieving. People that actually care for him is grieving. You piled on in the death. That's lowbrow, Boyce. Listen, and I said it. I don't care if people say anything about a person when they're alive and they can defend themselves. He got a platform. He can say whatever it is that you want to say. When somebody passes away and people are grieving and you piling on in the same way that a lot of these other women that didn't like him, and you say that you like him, but you validating how it is that that's lowbrow behavior. I will never talk negatively about a person that cannot defend themselves. Or if I don't care for somebody, I'm just gonna not say nothing at all. I'm not going to talk negatively about somebody.
But it's okay. But it's okay to tell women who are going to die alone that they're going to die alone. Like,
so
that's
okay.
It's okay to build.
I was just about to say they called in. Why don't you jackasses understand that? Somebody calls and you get on the phone. You call up the local Chinese place and be like, "Cha, send me over some pork fried rice and some chicken wings." Then they send you the pork fried rice and the chicken wings and you mad. You know how this could have all been avoided from these grown women who called to ask the same man that they complained about, which are the same women who claim they don't like y'all, and yet they talking about you every day, half of the night, and I'm tired of it, okay? You can't not be interested in something that you put your fucking nose into. It don't work like that. You called the man and asked him what his thoughts were, and just because it was a answer that you didn't like, now he woman bashing. No, you're a bitch ass. That's what it is. Makes no sense whatsoever. Now he want to sit up here and carry on about, first of all, I don't even understand why they even having this discussion. Man is long gone. Ain't nothing that nobody can do about it. But anyone who calls into Kendra G, it's the same damn difference. Be getting all testy because the thing is that these women are sensitive. They're emotional. I'm a biatch too. Believe it or not, I'm a biatch too. Women are emotional. So if you can't handle it, no matter how much you say that you can handle it, your bitch ass can't handle it. So you get mad and emotional because somebody done told you something that you wanted to know. Now you're mad because they're telling you what it is that you asked for. You asked for the shit. This is stupid. I can't even believe this is still a fucking conversation. Shout out to Frederick Howard. Thank you, hon. Child.
You're forgetting one thing, Boyce. You're forgetting one thing. They called into his platform to get his advice. He did not ask them.
They did not call in to get abuse. They did not
call in. Every single and you're not giving him credit for all the things that he actually helped, because he has statistics, and he had facts. He had people that he was actually getting to the finish line. And see, we don't talk about that part, and you're still moving the goalposts. The fact of the matter is, it does not matter what happened when somebody was alive. Us as people with a platform, we should not be talking about people fresh on their death in a negative way, and then at the same time you sitting here talking about, well, I liked him. You can't have both. Either you was rocking with him and you liked him, or you didn't.
No,
but if it was somebody,
I
will never do that. I will never do that.
But let me correct you. I don't do that with anyone. There's nobody that I think is perfect. I'm not a follower. I don't rock with somebody 100% or hate them 100%. I talk about the nuances. And I think with Kevin, what I always said about Kevin was the exact same thing I said before he died and after he died. I was consistent. I might be an asshole, but at least I'm a consistent asshole. As I said, he's a brilliant guy. He did great work. but he realized his channel took off when he told that lady she was going to die alone. And right before he died, he said some shit about, like, when you over 35, you're a leftover. Nobody wants you. Who the fuck thinks that shit? That's bullshit.
Well, so just because he said it, so the fuck what? It's bothering you for some reason. Why is that? That's the question. People say shit all the time. You got people around here talking, calling themselves the tree. You can't be more than one fucking person. Cause saying the dumbest of the dumbest of the dumbest shit. And you sitting up here mad because of his damn opinion that people called in for. Like, what? What are we talking about right now? Half damn crazy, child. Mad because it's a single mother. Listen, boys, you got an affiliation with single mothers, then go on out here and open up a daggone place so they can all live together and y'all can all live together and you can help them all. And then listen, Kendra G used to say the same damn thing, and we see that she didn't change her damn tune after dealing with women directly, specifically a lot of single damn mothers, specifically over 2 to 3 years now. Now her damn tune has changed. He ain't dealing with nobody but his daggone wife. So he's just out here talking about shit that he really don't know, except for maybe people in his damn life. But he ain't talking about no everyday people out here. I'm sure he ain't seeing the damn scrambling over here to get the Section 8 when it's daggone open, carrying on about the fact that you can't feed your daggone kids, and yet you come home with another damn baby, to living in fucking squalor, but you want to stay when they say it's time for you to go so they can clean the damn place up. Child, anyway, shout out to Live from New York. Thank you, honey. Said, but she gonna die alone. Kevin was right. Kevin Samuels was right. Child, everybody's probably gonna die alone. And this thought process that it's somebody's karma. I'm trying to understand who these people keep talking about karma. I believe everybody's gonna die. Is there anyone that's gonna live forever? Bueller. I'm confused. With all that bullshit.
Go back and forth.
Women in
Listen,
our community,
I'm not here to
do you believe that? You believe a woman is worthless if they're over 35?
We can get into that. I'm not here to defend Kev because Kev's legacy speaks for itself, in my personal opinion. He said what he said. People can agree with it or disagree with it. I used to have conversations on the phone with him all the time, where I would personally disagree with him on some things also. But I will never let that come out into the public because that's not what friends do. If I was holding Kev accountable, or if he was holding me accountable, then we held each other accountable privately, because we truly rock with each other. So I'm not here to defend Kev because Kev can his work speak for itself. I'm saying that that's lowbrow behavior to speak on somebody. That would be almost like somebody bringing up Kobe's issues as far as what he dealt with when he was dealing with the whole rape charges upon the crashing and when he passed away. That wasn't the time for it, Boyce. That's when you pass away, people are grieving. They are grieving. They're trying to remember the best of whatever it is that they have left for the person because it was an unexpected death. That's not right. It's just not right.
Let's be clear. I don't think I talked about Kevin until the time had passed. I didn't talk. Okay. It wasn't like I did a video right when he died and said, "Breaking news: Kevin Samuels died, and this is why I'm." I wasn't happy about it. But I did use it as I was thinking about the people I care about, which is mostly young black men and young women. And I said,
"Oh, he cares about young black men, y'all. Does anyone believe that? Because I'm sorry, I don't."
I wanted men to understand that men die alone too. Men who don't invest in family, they die alone just like women do. And so with what happened with Kevin, I hate it. It was me being overly logical. He was a logical guy. I think he could understand this. The reality is that we need to stop acting like it's only women that can die alone for making bad relationship choices. Men, we do have a privilege. Black men, we have a huge privilege because statistics show that the percentage of marriage eligible black men to black women is highly disproportionate because of mass incarceration and all that. So men like you or men like
mass incarceration due to the crime bill, I'm sure, and white supremacy and slavery.
Like me, that are at a certain age, they have money or whatever, you got the pick of the litter. Women are everywhere. There was over a supply of women. It was too much, right? That's why I wanted to get married. I didn't want all that no more. So the thing about it is, a lot of women that are gonna die alone, whatever we want to call it, it's not because they were hoes or they all made bad choices. It's because there's an imbalance. And I think that you got to talk.
It's an imbalance. Women do nothing wrong. I'm tired of trying to talk through the foolishness, because this is all foolish talk. So it's basically coming down to women do nothing wrong still. But white people do it too. That's basically what I'm hearing. And he's talking about Men, though. So basically, how could you say that about women? Because black men do it too. That's basically what he's saying. Yeah, we'll really get somewhere with that.
Talk about that, man. You can't just talk.
We can debate that, but I just wanted to make sure that I addressed that I didn't think that was right. I mean, we could debate anything, like, or not even debate. I don't even want to say debate, because debate is, you taking a position and I'm taking a position. I'm open to the possibility that I'm wrong, and I'm open to hearing you. And after this conversation, I'm also going to take into consideration everything that you say, because I do think that you're intelligent, and I do think that you make some interesting and good points, right? But we can have a conversation about anything. I just don't agree with the way that you address it. I thought that it was, I think that you better than it.
Okay. Well, thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. And the feeling's mutual. And I want us I'm glad we're connected. I want to say that because I do believe in conflict resolution, and I appreciate the fact you came in. So I got that clip.
Somebody in the chat talking about Boyce won this debate. As he sits there and frowns while Anton talks, child. See, I can't deal with your colors.
Physically. We do not care